Go ahead.
Cut the pork out.
Listen.
It's the book of Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 15.
Check it out.
Drink waters out of thine own cistern, and
Right.
running waters out of thine own well.
That's what happened to us, right? I grew up in church. But everything we learned from church came from master.
Right.
You understand? So when you see these brothers out here pushing this heavy, it's because it's like, to think the most sacred place that we could be in, we let Dylan storm roof in our church.
Right.
The images in the background is white Christ.
Right.
So that's when you hear that anger and that frustration, it's because to come to this understanding later on in life, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's really why I came up here, just to sup with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, just thinking about how, you know, like I said, growing up in church, and they didn't tell us who we are. When I told my mother, we the Israelites, we the children of God, she's like, no, we Gentiles. And then you're just like, that's because they told us that. You know, it's one thing to have that zeal like the brother read, and then you come to the understanding of, well, if they've been lying to us about this, what if they told us the truth about? We the gods of the earth.
Right.
We have to then come into that power by returning unto the Most High. You know, go ahead.
This is Job 2:27.
Look it up.
And you should know that I am in the midst of Israel,
He's in the midst of Israel,
and I am the Lord your God,
He's the Lord our God, possessive,
and none else.
and none else.
And my people should never be ashamed.
And our people should never be ashamed. You've been up here before?
I've been up here before. Yeah, this is my second time.
What did the conversation look like back then? Did you combat us a little bit?
I'm not combative to the word of God. I mean, only a fool would be that. You
I think
understand
more
what I'm
so,
saying?
I think
but
maybe.
I'll say it to
Go
you like
ahead.
this. I have, bro, what y'all coming to me with is just, I always told the Most High this. I'd rather not be on you, because if I come, I want to be on fire.
Yeah,
Okay, because I was on fire on the streets.
yeah.
I know about that lukewarm. You understand
That
me?
part,
No,
yeah.
real. I know about it. You can't be lukewarm on the street, and you really can't be in the Most High.
That part.
So, you know, like I said, my mom rooted me in this, but like I said, hearing y'all brothers, my cable broke down. So I got a smart TV, so I got the Wi-Fi. I ain't never been on no YouTube or none of that, right? So as soon as I click in, bam!
See your face.
Okay, you know, right? You know, and for the last, I'm gonna tell you, I ain't cut my cable back on because I've been into the YouTube watching y'all. And my cable been off for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And so before my mom left, she said, son, you know, God told me, man, you gonna have to read the word of God because you know him, but you gotta learn the word of God for yourself and read. And when you brothers be chopping it up and how y'all, man, with the sword, man, you understand me? Man, we all need a sword.
All praise.
No, we all need the sword. You understand? We need to come out leaking, so you understand?
And that's why.
Yeah.
And Salakia means forgive me in Hebrew. And that's why I say Salakia, because that's why when the brother read, drink from your own cistern, that's a container, right? A container that holds water. A cistern holds water. You got to drink from your own cistern. We're drinking from everybody else's cistern. So we're learning their ideology. We're following their doctrine. Once we come together as a collective, and now we drinking from our own cistern. Nah, brother, that's not what that means. This is what it means. And then you be like, man, I ain't never heard that. It's everyone up here felt the same way.
Right.
Never heard that before. Never even thought about that.
That's right.
I felt bad for the man because of the Holocaust they went through, and they're the children of God, more than I felt bad for the niggas who went through slavery.
All praise. You know what? I'm keeping 100 with you.
Go ahead.
Me growing up in Alabama, I ain't never felt sorry for him.
Yeah,
My uncles hated him. My grandmamas hated him.
yeah.
Hey, bruh. And hate ain't a bad thing.
No.
You understand me? I ain't, man, come on. Esau ain't on. Come on, man.
See,
Come on,
But
man.
that's the
It
wild
ain't
part, right?
Ain't never been that humble. It's never, ever, ever,
Listen,
ever.
when they told you that these are God's chosen people,
I always knew I was.
listen, I can never say that.
I'm just glad for I'm just glad for y'all really watering
Of course.
what was always dormant in me.
Yeah,
You feel
yeah.
me? Hey, bro, only thing I'm battling now is letting that marijuana go, but everything else, man, I'm cool, bro. Fornication, lust, drinking. Hey, man, I'm telling you, Most High, man, he's the best, man.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
take a little edible, bro. Take a little edible. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm talking about 15, 16 years on the smoke heavy.
Come on.
Weed and cigarettes.
Yeah.
When they said, Blue, you ain't gonna be able to teach the Bible and smoke, I said, man, you sure? Let me get that Sirach 32 and 17. I was watching Bazaq. You know Bazaq from HOI? He the leader of HOI. He be up and down here sometimes, right? Let me get that. You got that? You got it?
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 32 and verse 17. A sinful man will not be reproved.
Talk about
A sinful man will not be reproved. A sinful man will not be corrected. Right? That was my mentality. I went through. Listen, I was on YouTube. Show me weed, the Bible. Someone say cannabism. Hi, show me with it. Then I was like, nah, nigga, that ain't right. Because, and I'm gonna tell you why it's not right. Because cannabism would be what they would call it in whatever language they talking about. But when you're reading it in the Hebrew, that's not what it's saying. Right. So it's not the same thing. They're inserting that. Read.
A sinful man will not be reproved.
Go ahead.
But findeth an excuse according to his will.
I wanted to keep smoking. So I kept making excuses like, nah, it can't be, there's got to be something in the Bible that says I could, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then it was like, there's nothing wrong with consuming it. It's the defiling of the temple because we're smoking it. So even I went years without even having an edible or anything. Now I have my edible and stuff like that, but that was one of those things that I had to kick too. And I did all that cold turkey through the spirit and power of the Most High.
That's right.
Out of nowhere. And I had a rolled up a blunt in 8 years or so right now. Haven't picked up a cigarette. It took me time to not be around it to where it's like it don't even faze me. And I didn't know how bad I smelled. When you're around somebody and you smoking until you start smelling other people smoking and you sober now. You're like, damn man, there's a cigarette. That's how I used to smoke. Listen, but all of this is a testament to the time we in. That's the thing, the time we're in.
Talk about it.
To be alive now, to watch brothers come into this walk, to watch brothers say, forget the world, I'm gonna follow you, Christ. You know what I'm saying? To watch brothers love each other in righteousness and stop gang banging. You know what I'm saying? Stop robbing each other, stop tricking out our daughters and stuff. That's a powerful thing. I used to tell my mother, you rather see me like this or you rather see me like the old me? You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to see the old. This the only way it's supposed to go now.
Talk about that.
So I love my brothers and my sisters. You know what I'm saying? And I'll die for them and I'll kill for them. You understand? So that was just one. You got something? Go ahead.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to it.
Start it over again.
Book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book.
The book been sealed. The book been sealed. We didn't know what was going on. Keep going.
Even to the time of the end.
This is the end. Now go ahead.
Many shall run to and fro.
Right.
All of
And knowledge shall be increased.
The latter days, knowledge is increasing. Right? It don't matter if Kendrick dissed Drake and they both Israel. It don't matter if Kendrick, he an Israelite, but he's still in the world. Listen, the Most High is putting it on the brother's spirit to say it out there in the open, and then people hear it and be like, what's he talking about? What do you mean, don't call me black no more? I'm an Israelite.
Right.
Read.
Verse 5.
That's it on that one?
That's it on that.
Go ahead. From the top.
This is Ecclesiastes 11.
Revelation.
Cast thy bread upon thy waters.
Right?
For thou shalt,
Read it again.
cast thy bread upon thy waters.
Cast your bread upon the waters. You know what the bread is? This is the bread. That's why Christ said, man can't live off of bread alone. He's talking about real bread. But every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Lord. Let me get that. Ezekiel 2 at the end. This is my bread and butter right here. This is, like I tell brothers, man, it might be difficult for brothers. Listen, it might be difficult for brothers to hold on to everything in the scriptures. But when you're on this walk, you're gonna gravitate to specific scriptures that keep you grounded. That remind you,
That's right.
You know what? I can handle all this.
Right?
I done lost wives, I done lost kids. You understand? And the Most High is bringing all of that back to where I can communicate a little bit now. You know what I'm saying? Because the patience, the love for your people, right? Go ahead, you got that? 2 and towards the end. We can start at 7 or 8, whatever.
Book of Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 7. And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear.
Whether you came up for the first time right now, just inquiring or just walked by, we're gonna still speak, whether you hear it or forbear it. Read.
For they are most rebellious.
Because our people are rebellious. You see who up here? Brothers with fringes and everything like that. The people that are on this walk are the ones standing up here. It's fortunate that we have a brother that don't have on fringes and he stood up here and he's inquiring. We get that every so often. But when we talking about we're in Long Beach, the heart of nigga town, and nobody's up here on a Saturday, this is only meant for those that are here, that can hear. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Verse 8. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house.
Be not that rebellious like the rebellious house. Read.
Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee.
See, he telling us to eat what he gives us. Read. What we about to eat?
And I looked, behold, and hand was sent unto me. And lo, a roll of a book was therein.
A roll of a book. Back then, it wasn't like this. A roll was a scroll, because it can roll. But we also understand when you about to eat dinner, you might go to a nice little restaurant. What do they put on the table? Dinner rolls. Right. So he telling you eat that bread. That's the roll. Read.
And lo, a roll of a book was therein.
Go ahead.
And he spread it before me.
And he opened up the roll. Go ahead.
And it was written within and without.
And
there was written therein lamentations.
Lamentations, a bunch of crying, a bunch of problems. Read.
And mourning.
And woe. And calamity, destruction. Right? Because we about to get to the third woe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And once you start talking about Esau, I know you know what we're talking about. That's it on that? Go ahead. Let me get that.
Ecclesiastes 11 from the top. Cast thy bread upon thy waters.
So we understand that the bread is the Bible, right? Go ahead. All right, y'all got to make sure everybody getting flyers, man. Our people got to eat.
For thou shalt find it after many days.
We're going to find this bread after many days. 500 years plus slavery, right? And we didn't have that bread. We were indoctrinated. Now we got the bread. You understand me? Read.
Give a portion to 7.
Let's go.
And also to 8.
And also to 8. He said, cast your bread upon the waters. Revelation 17 and 15 before this light change. I need this brother to hear it too.
The book of Revelation chapter 17 verse 15.
Go ahead.
And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest.
You go good. The water you see.
Where the whore sitteth.
Where the whore sits.
Are people.
And multitudes.
And nations.
And nations.
And tongues.
Cast your bread upon the waters. The waters that you see are people, multitude, nations, tongues. We done gave this Bible to everybody.
Talk about it.
That's why I said in the seal the book. Nobody can tell you about this book. Only the Israelites. All right. Then when you finally get that later on, knowledge will increase. Because it said you don't know what type of evil gonna be on the earth when you finally get to that Bible again.
Right.
Read.
Book of Revelation chapter 17 verse 15.
Bring it out.
And he saith unto me, The waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth.
Remember, this is the whore of Babylon, where the whore sits.
Are peoples.
You got all these different peoples.
And multitudes.
All different multitudes.
And nations.
All these different nations.
And tongues.
All these different languages.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast.
Don't even worry about that. That's a little too deep. You know what I'm saying? Just like when we go to, let me get that, Daniel 7. Daniel 7. About the 3 horns. Oh, you cold, huh? Yeah. It's about to heat up, baby. You got it? Go ahead.
Book of Daniel chapter 7 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast.
A fourth beast.
Dreadful and terrible. And strong exceedingly.
Strong exceeding. This is the Roman Empire, right? Go ahead.
And it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts.
It was diverse from all the beasts, right?
That were
the first beast was what? Babylon, Assyrian Empire, right? Second one was the Medo-Persian Empire, right? Then it was the Greek Empire that's the leopard, right? With Alexander. Now the fourth beast is the Roman Empire, right? Go ahead.
And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it.
Go ahead.
And it had 10 horns.
10 horns,
I considered the horns. And behold, there came up among them another little horn.
A little horn from those 10 horns. Right. Because America wasn't around yet. Go ahead.
Before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up.
Who are those 3 horns? What made up America? French, Spain, and Britain. Those are the 3 horns. And then the little horn came from those horns. Read.
Before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, and this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man. And a mouth speaking great things.
Because they had to, the eyes like a man means they had to see eye to eye. So what it was you can't pass laws in America without who? 2 people. The Senate and who else? House of Representatives. That's the only way laws can get passed over here.
Talk about it.
Right? Go ahead.
And I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
And finish it then, finish it. Because after this empire that the little horn is running, the horns are cast down, all of them are cast down, and then what happens?
I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
That's the Most High. Go ahead.
Whose garment was white as snow.
Go ahead.
And the hair of his head like the pure wool.
Like pure wool, just like your beard. Go ahead.
His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire.
So what that tells us is, this is our last captivity.
That's right.
You understand? After this, we're saved out of here. The thing is, it's not going to matter unless we endure it to the end.
Right.
We got to stay 10 toes down. We got to be firm in this. You know, we can't waver. It's going. That's why Sirach 2:1, it says, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Because you're going to be tempted to leave this. You're going to be tempted to go back to your old ways. Like it talks about when a dog returns to his vomit. You understand? You got it? Go ahead.
Sirach 2:1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve thy Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
That's right. If you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. You got it.
Set thy heart aright.
Set your heart aright. Set your mind on the right path.
Read. And constantly endure.
And endure.
And make not haste in the time of trouble.
And don't make haste in the time of trouble. Don't run in the time of trouble. Stand 10 toes down. Stay firm. Go ahead.
Cleave unto him and depart not away.
Cleave unto him and depart not away.
Read. That thou mayest be increased at the last end.
That you may be increased in the last end. Your strength, your everything about you increasing in the last end. You know, not being afraid and everything. You know what I'm saying? In abundance. Right?
Whatsoever is brought upon thee.
Whatsoever is brought upon you.
Take cheerfully.
We gotta take cheerfully.
That's right.
We can't be like, but why me? And nah, man. But there's gonna be times where you're gonna be like, but Lord, why me? Remind yourself. Take these hard times on cheerfully.
That's right.
You understand? Take them on cheerfully. Read.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully,
Uh-huh.
and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
You got brothers here that was making 6 figures. And guess what? The Most High took all of that from them. Not because he don't love them, but because he has something else in store for them.
That's right.
But if they don't recognize that, then they're going to think, what am I going to do? I'm used to this. And you know what I'm saying? But the Most High say, when you get changed to a lower state, man, don't get worried. Don't fret. Right? Go ahead.
For gold is tried in the fire.
Right.
Gold is tried in fire. That's how you know the purity of the gold, through that fire. Go ahead.
An acceptable man in the furnace of adversity.
An acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
That's right.
You got to go through hell. And that's what makes your integrity so strong. That's what makes you so powerful. Yeah, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I know.
Oh, you already know.
I know.
I know you know.
I know.
We all know. Go ahead.
Believe in him, and he will help thee.
Believe in him and he will help you.
Order thy way upright,
Order your way upright.
Talk about it.
and trust in him.
And trust in him. Because scriptures tell you, put not your trust in man, but put your trust in the Most High.
Right.
It says, put not your confidence in man, but put not your confidence in princes, but trust in the Most High. I know I'm paraphrasing both of them, but that's essentially all it was saying, right? Go ahead.
Yea, that fear the Lord. Wait for his mercy,
Wait for his mercy.
and go not aside, lest ye fall.
And go not aside, because you're going to fall. Go ahead.
Yea, that fear the Lord, believe in him,
Ye that fear the Lord, believe in him,
and your reward should not fail.
and your reward should not fail. Like he said, man, has he ever forsaken those that has loved him? Everything that happened to Daniel, all of Israel was in captivity. I should say all of the southern kingdom was in captivity in Babylon.
Right.
Daniel was able to be the second in command. And those people in Babylon still hated him, and they still tried to get him caught up. They said, they even made decrees where it was like, if you even pray to your God and make supplication to your God for a whole month, then they're going to put you in the lion's den. Daniel heard that, went straight home, and listen, with the window open.
Right.
So, and the people saw him. And what ended up happening? Oh, he ain't even want to, and listen, like the scriptures say, he can even make your enemies be at peace with you.
Right.
So what did Nebuchadnezzar have to do? Because he wrote the decree, he still felt some way about writing that decree because he know Daniel trusts in his God. And so he threw him in the lion's den because of the decree that was written. And then they was like, yeah, man, nothing even happened to this man. The lions ain't even hungry. Listen, that's the type of faith we all gotta have. That's the trust we all gotta have. I don't know if you ever read about the 7 sons and the mother in the book of 2nd Maccabees chapter 7. It's such a powerful story about faith and willing to die on principle and trusting in the Most High, because they rather die than to eat pork.
Talk
Right.
about it.
When you look at our people now, it's like, man, what I'm gonna do without my chitlins and stuff? Because I know what it's like. Well, I mean, I don't know what that's like, but I know what it was like when we was in the world. And I was working at a pizza place when I came into the truth. I used to put pepperoni all over the crust because I could do that. They ain't gonna tell me nothing.
Listen,
I can make my own pizza.
talk about it.
Then I came into the truth. I looked at people like, why you even want to put that on your pizza, bro? It didn't take nothing. Because once I understood, this is something that we never knew. And to never know that it was talking about you. And then to come to the understanding that it's all about you. And nobody's telling you this.
Right.
I don't trust nobody.
Right about it.
I don't trust nobody.
That's right.
You understand? So I gotta come to my brothers and my sisters. We gotta love each other, and we gotta understand the greater purpose when it comes to Yasha Allah, which is the princes of the power.
That's right.
Because that's who we are. Yasha Allah.
That's
you
right.
understand? The princes of the power.
it out.
You know? And with that, we want to give a call halal Yahweh by Simon Mashiach Yahushai and Kwam Yasharallah.